pretty much the same stuff.
I'm a little disappointed that the bulldozer hasn't been around, but I guess he's on vacation.
He went to Florida.
Background right now.
It's a Walmart dinner.
I think it's in North Carolina with Trump.
Man, we're going to find out who killed Kennedy soon, man. Wow.
17 below here this morning, Doug. A little bit nipply. -17 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I was
Trump
out
mechanic killed
with
him.
the dog.
That's what I think.
And, it was cold.
Supposed to warm up to 18 or 20. I'd be feeling like a goddamn heat wave after this stretch of cold weather.
Well, there's a bigger stretch coming that's even more nasty by the end of the week.
Yeah, I heard that too. Whatever. I keep lugging heating oil in here. Cause I burned probably 3.5 gallons in 24 hours of heating oil when it's cold like this.
Jesus, so you can go through a tank in not too long.
I go through about, if it stays like this for a whole month, I'll use 100 gallons in a month,
Still a lot of oil.
Yeah, it's a pretty good sized, big open place here. It's well insulated. It's just 2 stories, and it's open vaulted ceiling, so the ceiling's 24 feet high in the front. A lot of area to heat.
Well, we've replaced the boiler here twice since we moved in 30 years ago. The house had the original boiler. We replaced that pretty soon after we moved here, and then I had to replace it. I guess it cracked on the inside, so I had to replace it about 7 or 8 years ago. And it's pretty efficient, so that's one thing I can say.
Yeah. Well, when there's 90 degrees difference in temperature outside, inside, it's gonna take some energy to bring it up. It's 20 below outside and it's 70 in here. That's a 90-degree temperature difference. It's gonna take some more.
Did you insulate your place?
Oh yeah, it's insulated well. It's all 2x6. The ceiling's got 14 inches of rock wool insulation, and the wall's got 6. Because it's 2x6, it's good insulation. It's insulated well. But 100 gallons a month isn't bad for a place this size.
God, I love that music.
Must be coming from cold country Canada.
Sounds like some Lawrence Welk music.
It's the theme music from Trailer Park Boys. It's what it is, no question.
The weakest Trailer Park Boys in the nation. Old country Canada. Capital city, top of the world. And we always get down.
Oh, he's getting down with 20 overworth down here.
Must be good propagation.
Oh, you're killing it too, Warren.
Yeah, you are too. Everybody is. Even Richard is 20 over. The band's good.
Yeah, I just turned the power down. It's still doing, about 1,200.
Yeah, it's still 15, 20 over.
It's funny, I can run about 80 watts into it and get, well, that peak was close to 1,500, but, if I put 100 into it, it doesn't really change it, so. This thing needs to be gone through. I think I'm going to take it down to the amp repair guy down in Connecticut.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just got a small power supply in it. It's only got a 2,000 watt power supply in it, so. That's it. Those 2 tubes are good for 1,000 watts a piece if you got power supply enough. but you got a switching power supply in that had a big transformer with a full-wave bridge regulation. It would do a couple of kilowatts.
Oh my. Warren, if I can't get there with 1250, I can't get there, period.
Well, you ain't gonna notice any difference between 1250 and 2500. If you're 20 over 9 at 1250, you're gonna be 23 dB over 9 at 2400. And the QSB during the average transmission varies about 10 dB. So what I'm telling you is nobody gonna ever notice the difference between 1250 and 25.
Roger.
N1ARO.
George, what's going on?
Sitting here drinking my coffee. How are you guys?
Wonderful.
What more can we ask for?
Hey, I know you got the 101 coming in, but didn't you just buy a 7300?
No, I've had that for 3-4 years.
Oh, all right.
Good morning, George.
Hey, what's going on today, Warren?
Oh, not much. Just getting some coffee down here.
There you go. Yeah, 7 degrees down here this morning.
Well, I had an air temp, no wind chill, of 15 below about 7 o'clock when I got up, and it's up to 9 below now.
Yowza. That's a little chilly to deal with, isn't it?
Yeah, mine was 22 below on Tuesday, 20 below on Monday. I think we had one morning it was only 5 below, but it's been cold up here.
Absolutely. Yep, sounds like it. Wow. Yeah, I found a guy that had a 101, and he said he would take this one in trade. So as soon as his gets here, then I got to box mine and ship it back to him.
Oh, nice. You'll enjoy that.
Yep, I can learn how to run it.
It's really not difficult. The menus are
the on, but you'll have that thing up and running in no time. The Yates is pretty simple.
Just, a matter of getting the radio set up, and then you're really not going to use more than a few features on it.
Nice. Yep. And I don't know if I'll obviously I'll use this PR40 I'm on, but I don't know if I'll put it straight into that one or use the EQ Plus stuff.
I have tried it both ways. I think Rob uses the EQ Plus on his. I know Brian, I don't think does on his, but you can probably achieve the same results either way. It's got a pretty good EQ in it, in the radio itself. So
yeah. Yep. Do you have one of those or no?
Floats your boat.
Do you have one of those, Warren?
I don't have a 101, no. I'm pretty much I have just SDR radios now.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy wanted 2200 and gave me 1,000 for this one with the mic, and I didn't figure I'd get one. And it's the only way I get into it. I can't buy a new one, so.
Oh, that's a good deal, It's giving you basically what it costs. I mean, I think you can pretty much buy a 7300 new for $1,000 or thereabouts, so that sounds like a good deal to me.
Yep. I figured I wouldn't do too much better, so. And it was very nice. An old guy, he's in his 80s, he's in Texas, and he said he'd send me a tracking number this morning, and when it gets here, then send mine back, and that way I won't be without a radio. Because I only have this one.
Yep, I've done that a couple of times over the years. Had somebody send me a radio up, win a trade, and they're like, yeah, when you get it, and then send yours back, and it always worked out good, for the most part. Ham's are pretty good people to do business with.
Most part.
Yeah, I
Yeah, the most part.
Of good reviews on QTH. So I was like, all right, I guess we'll take the chance.
KD1ZY.
N1ARO.
W1DZ.
My balls are itchy.
You got scratchy balls? It's a Canadian thing, isn't it?
acting for my nuts.
Well, after you turn into the 51st state and Trump's working on that, he might supply that free of charge. You never know.
Yeah? You mean your new 51st state? Greenland? That you're going to have to support? Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I don't believe you guys want the financial burden.
Becoming a 51st state is more of a possibility than Canada would ever be.
I don't think either one of them will happen, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I don't either, but
Greenland will probably happen.
He's certainly making some waves anyway.
There's a big difference there. You know, Canada doesn't want to be anything part of the States, but Greenland, they're begging you to go there. They're ruled by the Dutch, and the Dutch and the Greenlanders hate each other's guts. Okay? That's why Greenland is begging for America to become the 51st state.
Well, yeah. I don't know too much about it, to be honest with you. I just see what I see on the news, so. But we'll see what happens.
That's okay, because those are facts. Those are facts. I don't spit.
Not really.
Those are definitely facts.
Maybe we can send all the illegal aliens to Greenland and they can mine all of those precious minerals and ship them back here.
Exactly. That was my thought. Exactly.
Well, the only thing I know is it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
Only thing I know is when heating oil's back to 79 cents a gallon, I'm going to be glad I voted for Trump.
You know, I've told a few liberals, friends around the neighborhood here lately. I said, well, the only thing to do is let's look at the price of milk and bread here 6 months down the road or a year, and gasoline and oil, and I have no idea which way it's going to go. But if it's lower on everything, the proof will be in the pudding. It'll be what it is at that point. Pretty hard for people to argue with that. I'm sure they will.
Well, George, you know, I think that all of the naysayers and the leftists, you know, they should make sure that the Trump tax cuts expire, so when they get their next paycheck, they'll shit their pants, and when they're paying $5,000 or $6,000 more in payroll taxes every year, they can maybe think about voting for Trump.
You know what? I doubt you'd even get sense in them then. I tried up here with my neighbor, and you might as well go out in the woods and talk to a stump.
I don't even bother anymore.
I don't either. I wash my hands, and I said, yeah, no, never mind. It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood, and that's all I care about.
It's a balmy 18 degrees down here.
It's chilly. It's going to be cold out on the farm this morning, but you know what? It's amazing what you get used to.
Never heard of it.
Yep, I walk out every morning in my bathrobe with a hat on, no gloves and slippers to start my snowmobile to warm it up so I can get across to my truck. 22 below, just because I'm acclimated to it. Once you get acclimated to it, you can handle it.
Oh, you're 100% right.
Damn, 22 below, it's fucking cold.
Warren, many years ago I worked at Costco, and I drove to work one day, it was 0 out.
Everybody have a good day.
And I get out of my car, and one of my co-workers, he's walking through the parking lot in a short sleeve shirt, and I said, are you crazy? He says, I lived in Alaska. This is summertime.
There you go. I got to jump out of here. Have a great day there. 10-1 Arrow.
Take care, George.
7-3, George.
Yeah, 73. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You get acclimated to it. It's not that big a deal. It's like it was, I can't remember, but I think yesterday it was up into the teens. And you go out without a jacket on. After you spent a couple of days below zero all day, you get up into the teens. It actually feels pretty good, especially when the sun's out.
Only 20 degrees.
Sun's starting to get stronger now too. This place is passive solar, you know. It's facing the southeast and 27 windows in it. And it's a huge difference from a month ago. How much, how much stronger the sun is already.
Yeah, and the days are getting longer too. It's nice. Like I take the dog out at usually around 5 p.m. And now it's, you can see out there. You don't need a flashlight.
I don't hear the one landing.
Yep, the only bad thing I see here looking at all these windows is at some point somebody's due to wash them. Because with the sun shining in them, I see they're dirty.
No, this is Lucky 7 down here.
Yeah, I hate this housework stuff, but I got a lot to do too, and then in the spring I'm probably going to put a new roof on the house, so that'll be fun. Roof and gutters, and some of the fascia board needs to be replaced, and that's going to cost a few bucks.
Okay, that's cool, man. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy now, man, to have anything professionally done. But what are you going to do?
The last time I had a roof put on this house, it was 2006. And because I paid cash, he gave me 3% or 4% off, so that was like $4,800. And then I had somebody come in and put the gutters in on the same day. That was another $1,100. I don't think I'm going to get the roof and gutter done for that amount now.
20 grand, I bet now. That's what it was then. I hope I'm way off.
Well,
but
it is what it is.
I'm guessing about from then till now, things have probably gone up about 4x.
Just before my brother sold his house, he contracted with some guy to put a deck on his back of his house. He had a huge house. It was like 3,000 square feet. And he had a big deck on the back, and the guy quoted him like $5,000, and by the time the job was done, this was a few years ago when they had all the lumber shortages, it cost him almost twice as much.
Yeah, well, I built this place in 2017, and I had it framed up, and so you could live in it. Framed up, insulated. There wasn't, the inside tongue and groove pine and stuff wasn't in, but all the windows, you could live in it. All framed up for 25. It cost me 25 grand. That's all the materials, everything. And I bet if I had to do the same thing today, I couldn't do it for 100.
Now, are you on a slab or a foundation? Are you got a foundation with a cellar?
No, I'm on a post and beam foundation. I'm right on ledge here, 100 feet from the river. So I got a post and beam foundation. You know, there's every 4 feet, every 4 by 4 feet, there's a cement trapezoidal pillar in the ground 4 feet, and then there's like 8 by 8s that come up, and then the floor's built on that. So I don't have no cement. You can't get a cement truck in here. I'd had to have a helicopter drop cement or I would have put a slab down if I could get cement in here, but I wasn't going to mix it up in bags.
Roger.
It's a nice spot. You can't get nothing in here. No ambulances, no cops, no goddamn men in black coming from the F.C.C. Ain't nobody coming in here. That's why I like it.
Now, how far are you from like a town road?
Oh, not far across the river. Like I say, the restaurant I'm going to work at is probably, it's actually probably 1,500 feet. I can see it from where I'm sitting looking across the river. But on my side of the river out to Blacktop Road is about 2 miles.
Jesus.
But if I cross the river, there's a dead-end blacktop road right across the river, and the river's, it's probably 100 yards from my place to where my truck's parked across the river. Summertime I cross in a boat, In the wintertime, I cross by snowmobile, or you can walk across, you know. It takes 4 minutes to walk across once the ice is froze. So most of the time I'm going in and out by either boat or snowmobile. In the summertime I can drive my truck in here, but it takes 20 minutes to get where I can be in 3 minutes across the river.
You're a regular mountain man.
Yeah, like I say, I'll die in this place. Ain't no ambulance coming out here.
And I assume you're on your flexible radio, right?
Yeah, I'm on the actual radio, not the iPhone. I'm on the 5000. I'm sitting at the radio desk at the moment. Yep.
Oh, you're transmitting from your spot.
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm transmitting from up here in Eustis, and I got a radio table set up. A lot of times I'm on the 6400. 6400's here too now. Both radios are here, but if I'm sitting on the couch or something, I use the 64. I just use my iPhone on the 64.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive, getting that up on the screen. You know, I'd have to do a little work in the shack here to put a screen up on the wall like that. But yeah, that's great eye candy. W1DD.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's fun for a minute, but it is. It's pretty cool. I wish you lived closer, because if you lived close enough where we could just hook up, I'd give you the 6400. I hardly ever use it, so you could try one. But Christ, it's shipping these days. You can't ship nothing nowhere. It costs you a fortune.
Oh, if I was to pick that radio up to use it, I would pick it up. I wouldn't have you ship it. You know, I've been in UPS facilities, and I've seen how stuff gets handled around there.
Yeah, I still do got my 710. I haven't hooked it up in a while. Maybe I like to hook it up every once in a while. It's a nice radio, but I tell you, it's hard to go back to anything once it is for me, once I get used to these flexes. And of course the 5000 is my favorite. I wouldn't be without a Flex 5000. It's the cat's ass.
Yeah, I wonder if they've come out, what is it, the 6800 now, or the 8400 and the 8600, I think, is the new models.
Yeah, and it doesn't do anything the 6400 does. Eventually, I guess it's going to have that adaptive pre-distortion. It's like I got the same software that the 6400 runs. I mean, at the 8400, it's the same price as the 6400 was. It's essentially the same radio. There's a couple of little things, but I mean it's minimal, and most of them you get because it uses. I just downloaded the new software update. Just came out the other day for the 84, and it works on the 64 too. But and even the higher end ones than that, the only difference is it has 2 digital capture units, so that you could actually, like the 6400, I can be on 80 meters with one band and 40 with the other, but it's restricted to one antenna, so I have to have an antenna that will work on both 80 and 40. Whereas with the the next one up, it used to be the 67 or 6800. It had 2 digital capture units, so you could receive 2 bands at once on 2 separate antennas. That's really all you get. In the ability, you get 2 slices per digital capture unit, so you could have 4 bands up at once instead of 2. But as far as radio performance, there's no difference from the 6400 or the 8400 to the bigger ones.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, Warren, I am very impressed, and I know I've said it a number of times, with this FT710. This radio is ridiculous. The receiver on this is as good as the Mach 5 was, if not better. I mean, Just amazing what they can put in a little box.
Gary, or was that
It's crazy. That's the best radio Yaesu makes. Well, think about it. I had all in my possession last winter a Yaesu FTDX 5000, a DX10, and a 710. And I compared them all back to back. I owned those 3 radios all at the same time and ran them all at the same time for 3 or 4 months. And you know the one that I still got is the 710. And it's clearly a better radio than the 5000 for what I do. Just the audio, the difference in the audio that comes out of it, I could never go back to the 5000 or the DX10 after listening to the 710. It's an incredible radio for a short amount of money.
Like I said before, too, if they made the radio twice as big as this, with a few more buttons on the front, similar to the FTDX10, maybe a few more, you know, like the different bands on it and everything, and they doubled the price to $2,000, I would buy one in a second.
Oh, I guarantee the next flagship Yaesu radio, whatever replaces the 101, I bet, will use the same architecture as that 710, you know, the full SDR. That's my guess anyway. But I agree, if you just took the guts out of that 710 and put it in a case like the 101, and then you gave people a real 101 and the 101 with the 710 internals, 9 out of 10 people would pick the 710 one.
Jeez, I did. I love my 710.
Yeah, it's a sleeper. It's a great radio. I mean, it's just I think it's, you know, I think it's the best radio on the market right now. Unless you know, want to, even if you want to spend a bunch of money, you really don't gain that much more.
Can I make a comment on this? The A3s.
Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, my comment is just this. I'm running an Anon right now. And that has been my main radio for several years now. And I bought a 710. And at first, I was not giving the 710 the fairness that it deserved because I was constantly comparing it to my Anon. Not quite the same. So I shut my Anon off for a week to 2 weeks and used nothing but the 710. And I'll tell you, from a guy who has been into SDR pretty much since the conception of SDR and all the different things that have gone through with it, that is an amazing radio put out by Yaesu, and it's one that will stay in my shack forever, that 710. What a great little rig that is. I've come to really enjoy using that radio.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and I'm sure Doug will too. I'm an SDR guy. Started out with a Flex 1000 back when they came out, and I got the 5000. I've had the 64, and out of all of them, I like the 5000 series best with Flex. But that 710 is the only radio, the only I guess it is an SDR, but you know what I mean. The only boxed radio that I've ever had that using the same speakers that I use on my Flex will reproduce a fidelity sound that comes out of it very close to the SDR. It's just, and I've tried a lot of radios. I'm one of them guys that changes my radios like I change my underwear about once every 2 years.
Yeah, and I totally agree with every statement you made on the 710. Like I said, I wasn't giving it a fair shake in the beginning. When I packed my Anon 10 away for a week and a half and ran nothing but the 710, I have a real affinity for that radio now. I just love it.
Oh, nice. Go ahead, Doug. Pick it up.
Yeah, this is Whiskey 1 Delta United Delta. Name here is Paul, Papa Alpha Uniform Lima. The other thing that really brightens this radio up too, and I'm on it right now, is if you go on to the contour filter and set it at 850, I'm going to tell you, this thing sounds absolutely spectacular. I'm running a Bellstar FP30B speaker with it too, and it's really enjoyable to listen to.
Yeah, the only thing I haven't tried out yet on my 710 is the AESS. I've just been using the internal speaker. Call here is Victor Alpha 3 Zulu Whiskey. The name is Jim, Paul.
Very good, Jim. Yeah, the AESS, I mean, you don't even have to buy the speaker that they try to push on you, and it's not that great. You know, you can do it with a regular speaker you just hooked up into the back of the radio, but it really doesn't do anything for me, so I just keep it off.
KD1ZY.
All right, I just wanted to add my 2 cents in about the 710, and I'll let you gentlemen carry on with your Q, and you guys have a good day. VA3ZW.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for jumping in, KD1ZY.
Warren, I'm going to jump out of here too. I got to go grab a little more breakfast. I've only had a plain croissant and a yogurt, so I need to get some nourishment in me, take my medicine, and then come back down here and, keep the tubes warm.
Yep. All right, Paul. We'll catch you later. I'm off the rest of the weekend. I'm not going to start over the trails probably till next Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'll probably catch you later on. Have a great morning. 73 KD1ZY.
Bye-bye.
And 9RON.
Morning, Ron.
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, buddy. How are you?
So far, so good, but it's early.
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell right now, eh?
Yeah, we'll know more later.
Is that like update 11?
Yeah, something like that.
Are you talking about the 710?
Yeah, well, Warren and Paul were talking about it, and I just felt compelled to throw my 2 cents in there.
I see. Yeah, that's what this is. It's 710.
Yeah, I'm on my Anon right now, but you sound great.
I get good reports on it. The only problem I've had is the video issue, and that's it.
Yeah, well, you have to use deep ID. Can't use those converters at all.
Yes, sir. That is correct. I found that out the hard way. But other than that, I really like this radio. I'm happy with it.
It even works very well on FT8. I know a lot of posts were made about the DX10 blowing finals and things like that. And my buddy said to me, be careful on FT8 with that. I wouldn't run any more than 20 watts or so. Well, FT8 is weak signal mode anyway, so I normally never run any more than 50 watts there. And for the last 4 days, this thing has been plugging along, pounding out FT8 on 12 meters at 50 watts, and the radio doesn't even get warm.
Yep. I don't run FT8. I haven't. Well, I have in the past, but way back when on my old Tempo 1. But kind of lost interest in that.
I like FT8 in the afternoon when the bands are kind of shitty and there's nobody around to have a QSO with. I'll go to FT8 and throw a bunch of contacts in there,
Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I just haven't been interested enough to do it yet here with this radio. I've got the 710 and I got the 991A as well.
I don't know anything about the 991.
To be honest with you, I haven't used it that much. But in addition to HF, it's got 2 meters, 70 centimeters on it as well.
So it's like a shack in the box.
Yep, that's it. That's why I bought it. And I'll be honest, I really don't use it very much. It's kind of my spare radio.
Well, it's nice if you use it for its intended use, which is mobile operation, and then, you don't have to have 2 rigs in the car, just 2 antennas, one for HF, one for VHF, UHF. So in that respect, it works. I think that's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, it's a nice little rig. What experience I have with it has been good. I've gotten good reports on it. Good reports
I have
on
an old
audio and signals, so it does pretty good. Ran a little bit of 2 meters with it, but not very much. I think I may take that to Florida with me, and I may leave it down there. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I have an old, I have an old 706 Mark II that I use. That's my portable radio.
Yep, I had one of those, I believe it was right after they first came out. I paid a lot of money for that radio. I ran it a lot, and I sold it when I got out of it. It never failed me. It did a good job, too.
Yeah, I've had 3 or 4 of them over the years, and I keep selling them, and then I'm like, why'd I do that? But I use that for portable operation. I take it up to the cabin and stuff because I only paid a couple $100 for it. So if something happens to it, I'm not going to feel bad, as opposed to taking, a $1,300 or $1,500 brand new radio out. I'd rather take it.
Yes, sir. Makes perfectly good sense. You got a good signal up here today. You're about 5 over 9.
Yeah, you're doing the same here too, Ron. Big.
Good deal. And the band's not usually that good this morning, or in the mornings like this, but, well, it's working today.
I bet you I'd hear Jeff really good today, too.
I always hear Jeff really good.
Sometimes I hear him, sometimes I hear him here really well, and other times he's very difficult to copy.
Well, sometimes he runs his amp, but I think a lot of times he doesn't. He just runs the radio. But he has a good signal here, most generally. There's been a few times when the band was really cracked up and I could barely copy him, but that's not very often. But usually, yeah, he can blow me out of my chair here.
Yeah, see, he doesn't do that here. But, and he sort of has the same problem with me, because I noticed in the past I've said things to him, and others have had to say, Jim said something to you, and he'd be like, I can't hear him. But I know if Jeff comes in here at anything above S7 and I hear him, then he's going to hear me.
Yep, I hear you. There's been times I was pretty disgusted. There was a time for about a week. I don't remember what was going on, some solar flares or something. Even that K4HIL, I think, if I remember right, Todd was his big station over there. Man, I couldn't hear him hardly at all. He was like an S3 here. Normally he's 20, 25 over.
Yeah, I don't hear him that great even when he pumps it up.
Really? Wow. I think I never hear him, no trouble at all. Well, he's got quite a setup over there. I gotta give him that. Someday when I grow up, maybe I'll have a big station like that. You never know. And I know.
I don't think you want as dirty of a signal, though, do you?
Oh, I wanna be a good little trooper. Hopefully, not splattering or causing any problems. Most generally, though, if I am, somebody will let me know.
Yeah, well, Well, Todd has about 3.5 to 4 kc IMD in that station. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not real sure what he runs. I know he runs the Mosley. I think it's a tri-bander. Big antenna. I imagine it's bigger than mine. I got a 2-element 40-meter monobander, which has got an issue right now. That's why I'm running the dipole. But the dipole is doing a good job for me.
Yeah, it is. That's all I'm running, just a dipole. Inverted V at about 50 feet at the apex.
Yeah, mine's about 30 feet, if that. It's not very high in my challenge here, although I do have a tower laying in the yard. It's ready to go up. I'm just kind of waiting for the weather. It ain't going to be till, spring or whatever. And then it'll be a chore to get it up there, but hopefully we can get it done.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I got to step away for a minute here, Ron. The dog just woke up and is begging to get outside. It's cold out there, but she's got to do her thing. I'll be back in a bit. VA3ZW.
All right, Jim, you got to take care of the dog. See you after a while. VA3ZW and 9RON. I caught the last part, YTC. Go ahead. This is a 9RON in Illinois. Roger, thank you. Well, you're sounding good here in Illinois. You're at least 5/9, and your audio's good. All right, have yourself a good day. And 1 YKT and 9RO and 73.
Kilo Charlie 1 Delta Delta.
Yeah, there you go, Ron. I just switched over to my 710.
Yep, sounds good. Good signal, good audio. No issues whatsoever, man. Sounds great.
You notice any difference between it and my non?
You're louder. I think the audio's a little stronger on this one.
Okay.
It definitely is. You sound better. On your 710, did you get the speaker with it?
Did I get what?
Did you get the matching speaker with it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I got the speaker with mine. It was like a package deal on that AESS. It sounds pretty good when you can kind of tailor the receive audio.
Yeah, but you don't need to spend an extra $100 on that speaker to do that. You can use any speaker.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, agreed. Yeah. But it was kind of a package deal when I got it from where the hell did I buy it from? DX Engineering, I believe. And I thought, I'll just buy the damn thing and go with that. But yeah, I like the audio on the receive. It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't hooked one up to this thing yet to experience the AESS. But I have a small bookshelf speaker out there in the closet that I may pull out and put a little plug on it and plug it in and see how it goes. But when I bought mine, you could buy the 710 with the speaker, but it was $100 more than just buying the 710. And I thought, well, For the exact same reason I got bookshelf speakers here, I really don't need that speaker, so I saved the $100.
Go fuck yourself.
Yes, sir. Nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, it looks nice. That's the only thing. It fits nice and everything else. So, but anyway, yeah, I bought the desk mic too, and I kind of regret that because this cheaper microphone, which was like $100, it works very well.
I use the same microphone on the 710 that I use on the Anon, an RE320.
Yeah, this is that MXL BCD1 by Marshall.
Yeah, that's a good mic.
I got it on a boom here. Bought the little splitter. It works out real well.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds great, too.
Yeah, I can't take credit for it. Jeff's the one who told me about it. Him and Darren, W09E both, I think, had one. And Jeff was telling me about it, so I bought one. I'm glad I did.
Yeah, I got quite a collection over here of microphones, and I thought a little while ago about adding that one to the collection, too, but I haven't pulled the trigger on one yet.
Well, I mean, you can hear it. It sounds good. At least that's what I'm told. And I like it. I mean, it looks nice. It works good. Can't complain. N9RON.
Yeah, for sure.
How much snow you guys got up there? You guys got a lot or not much? Or
I got about 3 feet on the level.
I doubled what you say again.
I got about 3 feet on the level, and they're calling for snow squalls today, so might get a few inches more.
Yeah, we really haven't had anything to speak of. It's been damn cold though, below zero several times. But you know, I guess I'd rather have that than ice and snow.
Well, the other morning I got up, yesterday morning it was -10 here. 3 days ago, well, actually more than 3 days ago, on Tuesday morning, it was -19, and that's in Fahrenheit.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's damn cold. Yeah, I don't know, I don't tolerate the cold like I used to. When I was younger, I used to work outside in a jean jacket in freezing weather like a fool. And now, I just can't handle that cold, man. It just kind of cuts right through me.
Yeah, well, I was a roofer for 30 years, so I'm no stranger to working outside in the cold, but at 60 years old, I'm done with that shit.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, roofing's old-fashioned hard work, man. That's a young man's game. I did a little bit of that when I was much younger. And, yeah, that's a physically intensive job.
Oh, yeah, just ask my body. My knees are shot, my hips are shot, shoulders feel bad every day, you know.
I can relate to that. My knees are shot, my hips shot. I hit it too hard when I was young and foolish. I wish I would have listened to the older guys when they said, you need to take it easy, man, slow down. But no, I knew everything then.
Oh, yeah, young and dumb and full of cum, they say, right?
Yes, sir. That was all three. I don't know. I don't know then what I know now, I'll tell you. But I did, so I'm paying for it now.
Yeah, you and me both, brother. I don't know what a day without pain is like.
Me either, and here, they've gotten to where you pretty much, unless I'm in a hospital, I won't get any pain medication. They won't prescribe any of it at all, because I have some breathing issues too, and they have a terrible aversion to prescribing any pain medication. I asked the doctor about it one time, and they said it's a liability issue because people become addicted, and Causes all kinds of problems.
Yep. Oh, the dog wants back in. I'll be right back.
Alrighty, in 9 ROA.
Well, the dog don't look so full in the face now.
Yeah. Imagine he was pretty interested in getting back in if it's that cold over there.
Nah, she's a little weird, right? She's half coyote and half border collie, so she enjoys the cold to a certain extent, but once her feet get cold, then she wants in.
Yeah, well, we got little dogs, 2 little dogs, and when it gets cold outside, they don't want to hang around out there. They go out and do their thing, and then they're right back up here, wanting back in. They don't screw around.
Now, our little dogs were like that, too, in and out.
Yeah, these are 2 little Maltese, and they're little fur balls.
Oh, yeah.
But they think they're 10 foot tall and bulletproof, I'll tell you.
Well, they got small dog syndrome.
Yeah, they ain't afraid of nothing. Foolish. We got raccoons around here, and they'll give chase to a raccoon. Every time they do that, I'm like, boys, I'll tell you what, if you don't want to get a hold of them raccoons, they'll tear you up.
Well, we live out here in the country, very rural where I live, and we have mice like crazy, and the dog goes down in the basement and catches them.
Hey, you value added.
Yeah, she don't eat them. She kills them, brings them upstairs, and plops them down on the floor by the garbage can. Like, get rid of this, will you?
All that, she's probably proud of the job she's done. Wants you to see her work.
Yeah. We call her Stormy Daniels.
Oh boy.
Started out, I called her Storm. And then that got transferred to Stormy. And then when the Trump thing happened with Stormy Daniels, I started calling her that. So now she comes to Storm, Stormy, or Miss Daniels, or Stormy Daniels.
Well, as long as she shows up when you want her to, that's what matters, right?
Yeah. You could never call that dog late for supper, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, these 2 are the same, I'll tell you what. You almost have to hide when you grab a plate of chips or something. They're standing right there looking at you like, come on.
Storm has it figured out. Like, I'll quite often, just for a snack, go out and make a couple of pieces of toast and peanut butter. And she lays in the bedroom on the bed and waits until she hears me coming down the hall towards the radio shack, and then she gets off the bed and comes in to get her piece.
Well, smart dog. She knows what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
We got a goofy cat here, a big male cat. He's really big, and he's kind of an inside-outside cat. He does his own thing. But when he comes in and he wants something to eat, he has to have you get fresh food out of the bag and put it in the bowl no matter what's in there, because he has to have that food fresh out of the bag. If you don't do that, he'll start climbing in the bag.
Yep.
seen one do that before.
Years ago, we had a Maine coon cat that was polydactyl. It had thumbs. It was cool.
I bet that was interesting.
And the thing would grab a hold of you and literally hang on.
Yeah. I don't know. We had some cats that were kind of crazy that would do that stuff. And, no, not for me.
I'm not really a cat person. It was my wife's cat, but it sure loved me because it'd get up on my belly and then it would clean my beard as I scratched its back. It was hilarious.
Yeah, way back when we were kids, we had the neighbor across the street. He ran a grain elevator right there, and I guess the mama coon got run over, and he found the babies. And he gave us one of them, so we raised that thing. And it was a hell of a good pet. Of course, they're wild animals, and I'm meant to be inside. When he got bigger, boy, he let us know it was time for him to go.
Oh, yeah.
It was a lot of fun when he was younger, though. He'd sit on your shoulder and feed him stuff, and he'd sit there and eat. And, they keep themselves real clean. But when he got older, he'd wander around the house. He'd catch you when you were sleeping. Of course, he's up. Start messing with your hair and everything else, and then you swat at him. It got to where he'd start fighting back and trying to bite and everything else. It was time for him to go. He decided he was going to leave. He just left.
Yeah. My wife years ago, this got to be 25, 30 years ago now at least, if not more. When we lived on the farm, she rescued a pair of raccoons, small babies. The mother got hit by a car. And she was raising them and whatnot, and that was kind of cool. We called them frickin' Frack. And they were hilarious. And one day we found them fighting on the kitchen counter, and we were like, what the hell are these two fighting each other over? Well, we had Kraft dinner with supper, and there was a little bit left in the pot, and they were up on the counter fighting each other over who was going to get what was left.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you've had experience with them, them things got a personality, man. And they're characters. They're funny to watch and have around, especially when they're younger. Ours was named Ricky, and he was an absolute blast.
Oh, yeah. They were great to have around, but at the same time, as they got older, they left on their own, too.
Yep, that was the same thing with this one. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. I mean, we were, we kind of missed it, but realized it was time for it to go, and boy, it just went.
Yep. It just realized it was time for it to move on, and it did, and that's what ours did. And the wife would occasionally put food out for it. And occasionally you'd see the two of them come back and get something to eat, or one of them at a time, and after that, they must have moved right out of the area because they never came back after that.
Yeah, probably found some place to live and decided that was home. Around here, we got a lot of them. We live in a tiny little town of 600 people. It's very rural, and they're big here. They'll get out and back, and they'll knock the garbage cans over, get the lids off of them, get inside of them, make a hell of a mess. So we got to put cinder blocks or whatever on top of the cans to keep them out. But they're pretty crafty little devils.
Yeah, they're no dummy, that's for sure.
Yep, that's for sure. They're pretty smart, really. Anyway, Jim, I'm going to have to back out of here for a little bit. I got a couple things to do, so I'm going to say 7-3 to you. Enjoy the conversation. Hopefully we'll do it again. VA3ZW, this is M9RON. 7-3, have yourself a great day.
All right, Ron, good talking to you as always, too. So, yeah, you have a good day, and, yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do it again here soon. N9RON, BA3ZW. We'll see you.